Hey guys, welcome back to another video. It's late, so sorry if I'm tired, but it was Easter, obviously, and I was like, I'll take a day off, but like literally I was just thinking to myself like I want to upload. Um, so yeah, we had a big party tonight, and I'm a little wiped, and that's it. Um, yeah, starting off with two things. I am sorry that the videos were not going up like they usually were. The thing is that uh, I was accidentally keeping them private and I couldn't figure it out until like 2 days after. Um, but I figured it out. And yeah, I'm glad people are seeing the videos. It means a lot to me that people are actually like listening to what I want to say. Um, and yeah, like I said, it doesn't have to be a huge crowd, but it does matter to me. And I just want to make that clear. Like it does matter a lot. So whoever you are watching this video, thank you. Um, with that said, um, one thing I would like to see more of, hopefully, is like what would you guys like me to talk about? And again, it can be anything, for the most part. As long as things are kept respectful, I am open to talking about whatever. Second, today, I, I, you can messed up my nose. So that's that. Um, yeah, it was, I needed to grab like these lemonade things. They're like this big. And I literally just dropped it on my face. It's like this hard plastic and it just like, you should have seen it. My nose was like, it was nuts. Yeah. Anyways, I guess today I want to talk about Easter. Or maybe just, um, like holidays in general, you know? Don't know why I couldn't think of the word holiday. I was gonna say celebrations. But yeah, um, I feel like Easter's pretty big. Again, being Christian, um, for us, Jesus is the reason for the season. And yeah, again, I can totally understand that some people might not have my viewpoint on things, which is totally fine. And um, but I just want to say, yeah, that's what we believe. He is risen. Um, and I feel like it's interesting that a lot of people can see holidays in so many different ways. So like today, like for today to it's not just like for me, it's at least and a lot of people, it's not just like Easter. Like it symbolizes something like much more important um in my religion and just like in my whole family's culture. I my whole family's Puerto Rican. We are a bunch of farming Christian Puerto Ricans, and we have been for generations upon generations. Um, yeah, so just overall, it's something that's very important to my culture and my family. And so I think it's interesting to see how different people can view things differently. Because obviously someone who doesn't have the same like faith that I do is gonna view Easter differently, you know? Like maybe it's just more like a day for to get with family and eat, or to just do like Easter egg hunts, you know, which, you know, is cool in its own right. There's nothing wrong with that, not at all. Honestly, I think it's cool. Today it was raining, and if it wasn't raining, we would still do it. I don't care, dude. I'm 17. I'm still down for an Easter egg hunt. Those things are cool. Um, it's mad cold in my house, and it's kind of distracting me a little bit. But again, I still want to upload, even though today has been like a whole roller coaster. But I think one commonality you can find in holidays is just like the importance of family. You know what I mean? And a lot of the time, the people who don't celebrate holidays or people who don't have people to spend it with. And I personally believe that family is like who you choose it to be. And I think that's a beautiful thing about it. Like, it doesn't have to be the people, the family you're born into. I mean, at least for the beginning, it will be for a long time. But as you get older, that'll change. And it's up to you to keep those ties, like, um, strong, you know? It's up to you to keep those things, like, well knit between every part of your family. At least the ones that you choose to give that time and energy. Um, And I think that's another interesting thing. Just like how you pick your family is very interesting because I think people do it in different ways. In my opinion, I have always tried to be there for people who have shown me respect and have always tried to be there for me, even when there was nothing in it for them. That's something that really speaks to me when someone is willing to have your back just to be there for you. That's it. There's no like selfishness behind it. You know what I mean? It's kind of like how rich people feel when they're like struggling to find people to trust, you know what I mean? Especially after like they've acquired their fortune, because the thing is, it's hard to distinguish between the people who actually care about you and the people who just want you for like what you have to offer them. You know what I mean? It choosing people should not be, and that's something to be said about us as well. It's kind of sad that some people are like that, and I just think it needs to be said that we cannot be doing that. Like it's, and I hope that no one. I mean, obviously we all make mistakes, but I hope that none of you have done that. And can at least recognize that if you have, that it was wrong to do, because people are more than just like objects for you to latch onto. Like, it's a whole person, you know? And everyone makes their mistakes, everyone has their faults. Um, and with that said, I don't want it to be like, oh yeah, I'm gonna be more lenient with this person um, saying this to me or treating me like this because they can give me more things in return. So I'll just like take it. And I think that's something that's pretty crazy to me, because like if a person doesn't respect you, then they don't really want you around. They don't really value you at all. So how are you really getting any value out of that relationship in turn? You know? And I understand that people sometimes change for the worse, which is another thing I would like to say. Because sometimes, sure, you like, say you get into a relationship with someone and it's awesome. But as time goes on, they change into a worse person and it's hard to let go. Like, I get it. It's like every situation can be a little more different. And I feel like that's something that is important to think about when you're talking about who you're choosing as your family. You know what I mean? Um, and I think it's important to recognize that a lot of the time, I'm going to say a lot of the time, because not always, um, your family will have your back. You know what I mean? But with that said, I feel like sometimes families, especially parents, struggle to hold people accountable because they're so like focused on defending them. And on one hand, I think it's great. I think you should like always defend your family. You know, never let someone in your family be disrespected to their face. You know, don't like lay down and take it. But also, it needs to be understood that sometimes stuff is you're lectured on things or yelled at for things for a reason. You know, sometimes it's deserved. And I feel like that's when you start getting into like people who become spoiled, you know, just because they don't have that emotional regulation because they've had mommy and daddy fighting all their battles for them. You know what I mean? And then like they're going to go out into the real world and it's going to be like a punch in the face. You know what I mean? So it's just, again, being careful with like nurturing your who you choose to be there for, but also holding them accountable. I've always said to the people who are closest to me that I will always have your back, but I will also be the first person to like tell you when you're doing something that's like effed up. You know what I mean? Like, there's no need to do it. It's kind of like it's kind of like pursuing something that just like maybe okay, I'm gonna say this. Sometimes people don't recognize what they're doing is wrong and they need someone to guide them. And I think that's the most important role you can play for someone that you care about. If you really care about someone, you will try to guide them. And you won't just be there in the happy moments. And you won't just be there because you want to get something from them. You're going to be there in all the hard parts. You're going to be there in all the ugly parts. You're going to be there in every part. Every part. That's what it means to really choose someone. And it's a beautiful thing. It's beautiful. And I feel like it's a big part of this season. It's spring. Everything's coming back to life. Everything is beautiful right now. And I feel like coming out of a winter, especially in the Northeast right now, we got hit with a crazy winter this year. 2 ginormous snowstorms. Records, I think, in the last decade. So yeah, really crazy storms. And all that to say that coming out of that, people, I think, just want to see the good in the world. And you know what? That's great. I'm glad that people can be that positive. But also, you just got to remember, you know, you can't just like, if someone's going through something, you can't just like disregard it because you're like, oh, I don't feel like dealing with that. Again, if you're going to really choose to be there for someone, it's the choice you made. It's like the old saying, like, you made your bed, now you lay in it. If you choose to be there for that person, and you choose and you tell that person, I consider you family, or you're one of my best friends, you have an obligation to be there for that person. And again, this is assuming that everything in your life is for the most part good. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not saying if like you lost like a close family member and they did it at the same time, you have to like stop grieving so you can go be with that person. I'm just saying, or even you guys could grieve together. But my point is, like, this is not for every scenario. But it's just my overall point is just that if you really care about someone, you'll be there for them. You know? And yeah, I just see a lot of people just give up on friendships and relationships just when things get hard. You know, and I just would like to see more persistence in that. It's just like people lack that drive, you know, to really pursue what they want to do, in relationships specifically, this time, or just in general. I mean, I feel like sometimes people just struggle to find, to again, what I was talking about with persistence, a couple of videos back. They just don't have that like drive to keep doing things, and that's fine. You're not always gonna have motivation, but what it takes is discipline, and that's it. I think that's my main point. Have discipline in your relationships, in your thinking, in your emotions, all of it. In your response to things. Again, it's just, yeah. And yeah, I guess that's what I want to talk about. Again, good thing about a yap, it kind of just, I was gonna just talk about like holidays, and then it kind of just like spiraled. And yeah, thank you guys for watching. That video went by really quick. I don't know why. I guess I was having fun with talking about that, which is a good sign. Yeah, if you liked the video, leave a like, subscribe, and please, 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 please leave a comment. Even if you want to talk, or just like comment on what I said in the video, or just like comment any questions, about what I said, or something you'd like me to talk about further, then I'm here and I will see it. Thank you very much for watching.